So Sting is retiring. Not only did this make me sad in my tum-tum, but I even put my hood up because I cried tears from my bald spot. What? Now it is a testament to the man at this point because he is almost 65 years of age, and even when he did say, "Hi, I'm going to walk away from wrestling," I was like, no, damn it, you're not allowed. Imagine that in any other profession. And it all comes down to the fact that Steve Borden has earned every single plaudit. So given that he is about to retire, let's try and figure out how we should do it. So if you are watching this before this week's Dynamite, which makes this video very timely, we know that Tony Khan is going to give Sting a present. This is why I love professional wrestling. Now we can speculate about it. Now, I don't think it's like going to be a gift certificate, although some people have said, well, maybe Tony Khan is going to announce the AEW Hall of Fame and Sting will be the first person in it. And other people go, no, it's too early for a Hall of Fame. Screw that. What do you mean too early? One day I'm going to be dead. And if you put Sting as the first person in that damn thing, well, I'll give you some time. Come up with a better name. Oh, you can't. It also means that Sting would then be in multiple Hall of Fames, and he deserves to be in multiple Hall of Fames. I mean, it's 2023, and he was wrestling in the 80s. Doesn't make sense. It is quite amusing, though, because you can actually find interviews with Mr. Borden, who is all like, man, that Ric Flair, why is he still going? When in reality, he's got way longer than Ric Flair. It's just another reason why wrestling is the best. Now, if I were in charge, and yes, I totally agree with you, that'd be a terrible idea, I would go in a completely different direction, and I would walk up to Sting on Wednesday, and I would give him a contract. It would be blank too, and essentially give him the choice about how he wants to wrap things up. And while this would be weird in any other walk of life, in sports entertainment, you're just planting seeds for a story. Apparently playing a drum. So all you were doing is taking advantage of the madness, and when Sting does receive this, he's confused, he's taken aback, he is torn like Nally and Brulia. Because does he choose Darby Allin? Does he choose Christian Cage? Because Christian Cage is a dick? Hey, he could even write CM Punk's name in there. Now he's not going to, but you take my point. And rather than do the usual, oh, here comes a heel because I want to retire you, Sting, you actually go completely the other way, and all the wrestlers are queuing up because they're like, I love you, Sting. I respect you so much, and it would be my honor to be in your final match. And let's face it too, that has been a huge reason why Sting wanted to have his AEW run, because he wasn't very happy with how it ended in WWE. Can you blame him? Remember that Triple H match? Like, it's kind of fun, but it also kind of sucks. So good guy, bad guy, middle guy, none of that matters, because it's not like what we did at WrestleMania 24 with Ric Flair. There, the nature boy, woo, shouldn't have done it, wanted to carry on, but he said, if I do lose, that'll be it, I'll have to quit. It's different here, because Sting has already made the decision. It's almost like an opportunity has just come to light. And look, while we probably would like it to be a one-on-one, given the circumstances, you don't have to do that. You could make it a crazy multi-man. This has been a genius maneuver for the last few years, because it does mean Sting can be involved, but the spotlight isn't on him. And trust me, when I'm over 60 years old, I'm not even going to be able to bathe myself. So given that he's jumping off tables, he's the best. I mean, Sting could even come out and pick a group of friends. He could say, I'm going to team with my fake son Darby Allin, and I'm going to team with, I don't know, Goldberg. Why not? Flip him, bring him back. And those three could even take on like the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Once again, you don't have to make it you are my enemy. Just give us something that goes, I didn't think I was ever going to see this, but boy howdy am I glad I have. I mean, you could even have Ricky Steamboat as a special guest referee, because of course that ties in. And really what I'm trying to get at here is if you saw how the great Muta retired a few months ago, we should do that for Sting, because it was just a lovely, warm celebration. I really do think that Sting has earned that as well, and why would we want some kind of death narrative where it's like, die, Sting, die, when we could just jump around him and go, oh my gosh, you're so great. I mean, we should be thankful at the end of it, meaning even if he does insist that he does take the 1, 2, 3, because he's a good soldier, everybody else can then clear the ring, and we just clap him for like 22 minutes. Then 23 minutes and 24 minutes, and we never stop clapping it. Why? Because it's Sting. And while what I'm about to say is total anti-wrestling, and you could probably argue it, I think if somebody did get the last W over the man, you couldn't really brag about it anyway. Because this is a very unique situation where somehow Sting has just found an extra life. It's like he's Mario and he ate a mushroom. So whatever extra we have received has just been pure and utter goodness. So once again, let's tap into this egg. So as we do know it's going to be at Revolution 2024, let's get that date in the diary now. Start sending out the invites and see who can be there. I don't mean this to come across the wrong way, but there have been some incredible tribute shows over the last few years, but by the end of it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm emotionally broken. Well, once again, we can go the other way here, where you still feel emotional, but it will make you feel warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum. I mean, if we can come up with an event that demands that you do rewatch it after the fact, even in like 2032, because you're like, oh my gosh, I missed Sting, let's go and watch his farewell event. Sounds perfect. I mean, if I'm not crying by the end of it, something should have gone wrong here. It's not like we can't do a bunch of stuff in the meantime. I mean, clearly something is going to happen between Sting, Darby Allin, Christian Cage, and Nick Wayne, but you don't want to hold off till February to do that, so you can pull the trigger now. So once again, this ain't no one and done. You're still going to get a bunch of presents before we get to that very sad day. Regardless, we just have to be able to walk away with this going, we did right by that man. Because as DDP said in a recent interview, Sting could have come in, done a couple of splashes, done the Scorpion Death Drop, applied the Scorpion Death Lock, and we still would have gone, oh, Sting, you're the best. But he didn't. And he did dive through tables and do all kinds of crazy stuff because he wanted to entertain us. So now I want to entertain Sting. That's not what I meant. You take my point. So it will be bittersweet for sure, but I cannot remember the last time we had such an opportunity to actually say goodbye to such a legend in the right way. Like, look, I love WWE, but if it was there, he'd be beaten by, I don't know, Elias. Elias isn't even there anymore, but they bring Elias back, he'd beat Sting, and then we'd never talk about it again. Therefore, I really do hope we go full positive Pete with this so we can remember it for a long time to come. And given how Tony Khan does see the legends of the wrestling industry, well, I think either way, he's definitely going to do it. Unless this gift he's going to give him is his P45. I mean, nobody would see that coming. So it all ties into that chant we always hear in wrestling shows, and I'm going to be a massive nerd, and I'm going to say it. You, Sting, deserve it. Now, of course, look, there are going to be plenty of ideas we can do for Sting's retirement, so let us know in the comments below, but be nice, don't be a negative Nancy. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Click the video on the screen, because that's good for my job. I appreciate you supporting me. Go to whatculture.com, where we will, of course, keep you up to date with all of this and the other wrestling news. Simon316, What Culture WWE, on that there very, very diversive social media. My name is Simon for What Culture. Thank you very much for joining me as always. And I tell you another good event we could probably be inspired from when Ric Flair had lost to Shawn Michaels and we did all that hoo-ha on Raw. Remember how he was crying and you were crying and everyone was crying and he turned up in TNA and he kept on wrestling? There ain't no way Sting is going to do that. Could just feel it in the air. So we've got one shot at this. Let's make sure we do it right. Goodbye.
One of the only professional wrestling podcasts that's actually worth it.
If we can make one of the best wrestlers in the world say that just by listening to our podcast, what happens when we do this? Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Yahoo! Mountain Dew! Why don't you get some sleep and wake up?
Because he's a terrible person who resigned in disgrace.
Is it door? Or is the answer no door? What up, turds? None of you say. It's either door or no door. Oh! What is it? Door, no door, or is it door?
What did you make of the night? That's another satisfied customer.